Hello everybody, my name is Star Wars Boy, how are you? And welcome back to the channel for a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Last week we did our class guide on the Heavy, so it's time to move on to the Battle Point King, the Officer. Also, only a small percentage of viewers are actually subscribed, so please subscribe, it's completely free and it helps out the channel. Anyways, let's get started. Now, the Officer is an absolute beast when it comes to battle point gain and is the reason why so many players get the hero right away. Taking a look at his base stats, the Officer has 150 health just like the Specialist in the Assault class. Their base weapon deals 34 to 17 damage per hit with a DPS of 170 to 85. It has a standard range of 20 to 40 meters with an overheat of 20 shots. Now moving on to the Officer's weapons, and the Officer actually has 4 different pistols to choose from. His first unlockable weapon is the S5, which can be unlocked after getting 50 kills with the Officer. The S5 is one of the more powerful blasters in the game and has the highest base damage out of all Officer blasters. This comes at the expense of a very slow rate of fire, meaning its follow-up shots few and far in between, and making it weaker in close quarters. The damage per hit is 67 to 45 with a rate of fire of 140 rounds per minute. The range is 15 to 50 meters with an overheat after 10 shots. As for attachments, I would recommend the reduced recoil mod. This gun can be pretty hard to use without this mod, so I definitely recommend using it. Now, that is the only mod I personally use for this gun, but it also has ion shot and dual zoom available. The next blaster is the Blurg 1120, which can be unlocked after 200 kills with the Officer. The Blurg 1120 is a burst fire weapon, although it has the shortest burst length out of the group, firing only 2 shots per burst unless modified, dealing 30 damage per shot for a total of 60 damage per burst. The Blurg 1120 can make for a very dangerous weapon in the hands of an accurate player, as landing 3 bursts on a target is enough to secure a kill against any class other than the Heavy. The rate of fire is 600 rounds per minute with a range of 15 to 40 meters with an overheat after 20 shots. Now, the 2 attachments I'd use for this weapon are the reduced recoil and improved burst mod. Reduced recoil is pretty self-explanatory, and improved burst allows for the weapon to fire 4 shots per trigger pull. The next blaster is the iconic SE-44C, which is one of, if not the best guns in the game, and can be unlocked after getting 500 Officer kills. The damage is 31 to 15 with a rate of fire of 300 rounds per minute. Keep in mind this number will change if we look at the final product of the blaster. The range of this weapon is 15 to 30 meters with an overheat of 17 shots. Now, the 2 attachments that make this gun the best are the improved cooling and rapid fire mods. Improved cooling is pretty simple, it lowers the heat buildup of the blaster, but rapid fire is where this becomes a different weapon. Rapid fire increases the rate of fire to 450 rounds per minute and the DPS and allows you to spray your enemies in the face. This blaster is one of the main reasons the Officer gets the hero so quickly. It's so easy to get kills with this thing. Now, the final blaster is the DL-18, which can be unlocked after only 50 kills with the Officer in co-op. This pistol is a semi-automatic pistol with medium range. The damage per hit is 41 to 15 with a rate of fire of 300 rounds per minute. The range is 14 to 30 meters with an overheat of 20 shots. Now, the attachments I like to use for this weapon are the improved cooling and reduced spread mods. Improved cooling lowers the heat buildup of the blaster while reduced spread does as it says. This weapon also has another good attachment called repeating mode, which turns this weapon from semi-auto to fully auto. However, I'll leave it up to you which mods to choose. Now, just like every character in the game, the Officer has 3 abilities which can either be upgraded or replaced. His L1 ability is his flash grenade, which explodes into 5 fragments when detonating, each fragment dealing 25 damage and blinding the opponent. The card available for this ability are the improved flash grenade, homing shot, which is one of the worst abilities in the game, and the diffuser, which diffuses any incoming explosives. Their R1 ability is the blaster turret, which locks onto enemy troopers and vehicles. The turret deals 25 to 15 damage per hit and it heals when you're nearby. If you manually detonate the turret, it will deal 150 damage. The cards available for this ability are the improved blaster turret, squad shield, and the disruptor, which will overheat enemy weapons, disarm explosives, and temporarily disable turrets. Their final middle ability is the Battle Command, which boosts your allies with 100 health and grants you battle points. The cards available for this ability are the Improved Battle Command, which buffs yourself, the Recharge Command, which recharges you and your allies' abilities, and the Blast Command, which grants you and your teammates unlimited cooling for a limited time. Now moving on to loadouts, and I have 3 loadouts for you guys that serve their purpose really well. The first is the Battle Point loadout. This is the loadout that should get you a bunch of battle points a lot faster than your teammates, giving you an early chance to play the hero. The first card and the most important card to this setup is the Bounty Hunter star card. With this card, you will gain points at an increased rate from 5% to 20% with a maxed out star card. I feel like I don't have to go into too much detail because of the description of the card says it all. The second card is the Recharge Command, which recharges your abilities as well as your allies. The radius of this ability increases from 12 meters to 16 meters with a maxed out star card. What's great about this card is every time your allies get boosted and every time they get a kill, even if you didn't contribute, you will still get points for a kill assist. If you boost your teammates right when you spawn in and then again before action, you're going to be racking in a lot of points. The final card is the Officer's Presence, which I honestly don't know why it's still in the game. This card reduces the delay before nearby allies' health regeneration begins, from 20% to 40% with a maxed out star card. Now let's say you're at a heavy choke point with half your team. Even if you don't contribute in the slightest to your team, you will be rewarded a heap of points for giving them this perk. If you see your teammates in a fight, just standing near them and let their health regeneration come back faster will give you a bunch of points. Again, I have no idea why this is still in the game and how it's in the game. I really hope this card would be removed in the final update, but unfortunately it wasn't. Using this setup with the SE44C is by far the fastest way to get battle points in the game, minus tanks. So if you can't get a hero, use this setup and maybe you'll be able to snatch one for yourself. The next loadout is the Combat loadout, which is designed for basically any trooper mode without an objective like Supremacy and Blast. The first card is the Improved Battle Command card. This battle command has a shorter recharge time, larger radius, and also buffs yourself, which is amazing. The blast radius is increased from 12 meters to 16 meters with a maxed out star card. If you're in a gunfight and low on health, simply activate this ability and you'll gain 100 health almost instantly. Not to mention your allies will get the same effect if they are close enough. The next card is the Survivalist card. With this card, your health regeneration delay is shorter than normal, from 20% to 40% with a maxed out star card. This card is pretty simple, your health regen will come back faster. There's not really anything to say about this card. The final card is the Improved Blaster Turret, which has more health and a faster recharge time, from 20 seconds to only 13 seconds with a maxed out star card. The Blaster Turret is so good, and if you place it in the middle of the map, you'll get a ton of damage and maybe even a few kills. The enemy team is going to have a lot of trouble trying to take this thing out. It's not that it's a really hard task, it's just that a lot of people seem to just forget. Now the final loadout we have is the Objective loadout, which should help with the objective while the match's fate is undecided. The first card is the Diffuser card, which diffuses any incoming explosives. Its range goes from 4.5 meters to 6 meters with a maxed out star card. We all know how chaotic the objectives can be at times, with heavies throwing all their explosives into a small room. So this card will bless your entire team and leave the heavy stunned as their barrage didn't do anything. The second card is the Improved Battle Command. Like I said before, this card will buff yourself along with your teammates and have a shorter cooldown than the regular battle command. The final card for this loadout is the Squad Shield, which protects anyone standing inside from explosives and energy weapons. It has 1000 health to 1400 health with a maxed out star card. One thing about the Squad Shield is it can either win you the match or be the reason you lost, as enemies can enter the shield too. It's important to place this shield down when the enemies are away from the objective. They'll be capturing the objective while they're just trying to destroy that shield. So that is going to do it for this class guide, guys. Hopefully this guide will help you guys either choose which gun to use or which loadout is best for you. My personal officer loadout is the SE44C with the Battle Point loadout. I love to play it with heroes and go on kill streaks, so this loadout makes that possible. Next time you play as the officer, try out different cards to see which one you like the best. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys next time, bye, and may the force be with you, always.